All right, so you know the so-called Negroes, and not only, I mean, I should just say all the Israelites. We serving our enemies, and we need anything, whether it's food, water, clothes. The Bible says all things. Who do we got to go to? We got to go to the enemy for everything. All right, and he's polluted everything, so therefore we become polluted. That's why we're washing ourselves clean with this truth, man. This truth is bringing us back into remembrance of who we are, and the bringing us back into remembrance of our customs, of our traditions, and ultimately, Lord willing, salvation, and as the hopeful elect. Go ahead and read 49, Ak.
This is back in Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall bring a nation against thee from afar.
Because the so-called white man came all the way from Europe to destroy the Israelites who were in America. And not only that, like we keep talking about, he took the West Coast African slave trade, so-called African, and brought the Israelites here to America. And it's from afar, He wasn't right next door, He wasn't the neighbor. No, he was from afar.
From the end of the earth is as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Because the so-called Native Americans, they didn't fucking speak English or Spanish. It was actually Spanish.
Well, actually, no. We spoke a broken down Hebrew. That's what we spoke. And then once the Spaniards came in over here, we started learning Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
We started learning Spanish. And with the British came over here, then we started learning English as well. So that's why you have a lot of the northern kingdoms in between Spanish and English.
You got enough light over there, Ak?
Kind of.
So yeah, like the brother said, hey, we didn't understand the tongue that destroyed us, And he came as an eagle, right? What is America's symbol? It's the eagle, So I'm surprised they didn't take Deuteronomy out of the Bible, because that shows you who it is. They took the Apocrypha out. These devils, they didn't even take out Deuteronomy.
Right, and you know what? Because at the end of the day, the elect were gonna know, because we were in those whoredoms with that whoredom women, which is all these other religions.
Mm-hmm.
But he left us, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai left us enough in here for us to get the
come back to remembrance,
to come back into remembrance.
And it's an easy thing for Yahweh to wake us up. You know what I mean? It was all in His wisdom and in His will. That's all this is playing out His will.
All through the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit, Khan.
Or the Comforter that Yahweh Shai has sent.
Mm-hmm. Want to read 50, Ak?
Khan. Verse 50: A nation of fierce continents which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
God, and that's why we're going to fuck up their kids. There's going to be a time where we're going to dash the little ones against the stones, because it's balance, These Edomites, when they destroyed our people, they didn't give a shit if it was an old man or an old woman or, young man, young woman, baby. They didn't care. They it's well documented that these Edomites, these so-called white people, use the so-called Negroes and the Israelites as gator bait, So it's all about balance, and it's all about this Bible playing itself out, as it is written. You want to jump off to verse 56?
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. Thy tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter.
And that's what you see happen to our women, Our women are not tender and delicate anymore, man. Now some of them want to be men, Some of them, hey, it's all about the independent woman here in America,
They're all hateful. We were talking right before jumping all the way down here. We're talking about how these women would sit there and leave you for another man. And then what they do, they go put child support on you. They go put you in jail.
God. Oh yeah, and it's happened to a lot of us, you know. We
try to make your life miserable so you're not around your kids.
And who helps them to do that? Esau Edom. He enables them. They don't get. Our law. A woman couldn't say, "Hey, I'm going to leave my husband." No, you can't do that. Guess what? You go cheat on your husband, you're going to get stoned. In the kingdom, we're gonna hold those laws. In this wicked.
Be with you, she has to put herself away. Meaning what?
Con.
Meaning she can't think of wanting to be with another man.
Con.
So, hey man, a woman can't. It's gonna be hard for a woman.
And that's what's gonna be beautiful, because when women are delicate and tender again,
they ain't gonna wanna do that.
I mean, he read in the beginning of that verse, they were so tender and delicate, they wouldn't even put their foot upon the ground. I mean, these women now, man, it's the complete opposite. We could go in on these women